full force type stuff. You know what I mean? I thought it was like it was a hard shot, but it wasn't. Like I just hit him so clean, and like where I hit him at, snapped his neck and everything. And if you know, if somebody neck turn like that,
now you gotta wait. Now you gotta do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting to the mud.
Back down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So why would?
In his rematch with Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis is determined to defeat him. Davis made bold claims in their first altercation, but was unable to support them. He is now more focused and forceful. Fans anticipate a fierce battle as Tank looks for atonement, determined to win. They recently got into a heated argument during a Fox exclusive interview.
What is he in for this Saturday night?
I rule awakening for sure. He just doing what you have to do, trying to psych yourself out for the fight and things like that. But come March the 1st, it's all about skill versus skill, and who had the better skill that night is going to be the victorious person.
Davis's reputation in the boxing world has suffered greatly as a result of his recent draw with Lamont Roach. Once praised for his ability to knock opponents out and his perfect record, Davis is now questioned and scrutinized. After the contest, boxing expert Tim Bradley said Davis's name is in the mud, highlighting how urgent it is for him to clear his name. Bradley also stated that the rematch will not go over 6 rounds, emphasizing the need for Davis to put up a strong showing.
Like a real businessman now, you know. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of calmed it and tamed it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on the show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Wow, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it?
Nah, there's too many hoes in the game of too many hoes. Can improve in or improve on, and you know they're gonna come back and they're gonna put their best foot forward, bro. But like, look, if this shit don't motivate you, Tank, you know, the fact you got to draw, the fact that you had a big fight lined up with Jake Paul after this, and now you got to wait, and now you got to do this rematch, bro. If this don't motivate you, I don't know what will. You know what I'm saying? Because like his name right now is getting drugged through the mud. You know, and all those fans that was on his side, bro, a lot of them are switching teams now. You know, so you know, look, he got a lot to prove, not only to himself, but a lot to prove to his fans and his fan base out there. So he go back in there, had his rematch, and he do what he's supposed to do, like he's supposed to do the first time around. Then all the shit that happened in the pad, it swept under the rug, because that's just how, you know, the fans is and the sport is. You know, and then he moves on.
As he gets ready for the rematch versus Davis in a recent match, Roach radiates confidence. Roach stated in the interview that he is confident in his skills and prepared to take on Davis again.
I feel like you got a certain confidence about this fight that I've interviewed a few different Tank opponents, and everybody gonna say like, yeah, you know, everybody say this shit. That's what you're supposed to say, right? Like, I'm going into a fight. I don't think people thinking they're gonna lose, but it just feels like you have a different confidence than most other people. Where do you feel like that comes from?
That's just how I'm wired, bro. I ain't never backed down from nothing. I damn sure ain't never wanted to come second to anything. So,
Although he is unsure of Davis's mentality and the precise date of the rematch, his father and trainer, Lamont Roach Sr., complimented his son's devotion to training and preparedness and has faith in his hard work.
Like I expected, but I knew my son was game. Training camp, he was so focused and locked in. I knew that we was gonna put on a great performance, and it was kind of like stolen away from him a little bit with the decision. But the world got to see how good he is, so that's the blessing to come out of this. So he really stamped himself in the boxing world more so with this performance. So like I say, that's why it's bittersweet.
Is it
we get it? We talked to the team, you know, he fresh off this fight just like everyone else, you know what I'm saying? He might be talking off some whispers or things like that, but I don't know his plans. I don't know his management team and stuff like that. But I know the fans want the rematch, and he should get the fans what they want.
Do you think we could see a rematch take place back in Washington now?
That'd be great. Why not? They just broke the Barclay gate, so I think it'll sell out fast back home.
Davis and Roach's first bout ended in a majority draw, a decision that generated a lot of discussion. According to renowned boxing promoter Eddie Hearn, Davis should have lost the first bout and a point deduction was appropriate. Discussions over the decision's fairness and the necessity of a rematch to settle the score once and for all have been stoked by this debate.
Fight Gervonta.
Maybe not. I mean, I think he's had a result, to be honest with you, because one, he should have lost the fight. I mean, he should have had a point deducted. There's no doubt about that. But two, people criticised the Roach fight. I knew it would be a good fight because we know Roach is a good fighter, but people in boxing know that Roach is a good fighter. Now it's giving him another fight. Because if he would have beaten Roach, he's kind of backed in a corner to fight Shakur Stevenson, I think. But now he's got a rematch that's actually much bigger than the first fight. So, yeah, I think he'll be more switched on for this maybe, but Roach is a good fighter. Won't be.
Recognizing the intensity of the first fight, trainer Greg Hackett said it was hard to pick a winner. For the sequel, he pointed out that both competitors have shown the abilities and willpower required to win, thus the next bout is also eagerly awaited. Julian Gonzalez emphasized that Davis and Roach will both put up their best effort to win the rematch, highlighting how well matched their rivalry is.
You got to learn from the first fight. You got to learn from the first fight, and you got to bring something different. But at the same time, you still got to be careful. That goes for both sides. You can't pick a winner. The fight was too good. You can't pick a winner. I see where Lamont neutralized Tank, and I see where Tank neutralized Lamont. Somebody gotta go even further. This might be one of them Jones, man. We might see 3 of these. No bullshit. We might see 3 of these Jones.
Is this a lesson in boxing, fan?
The run-up to the rematch, renowned female boxer Claressa Shields stressed the significance of mental health. She voiced worry about Davis's combative remarks and recommended that he go to treatment to deal with his underlying problems. Shields thinks that putting Davis's mental health first will improve his performance in the ring, in addition to helping him psychologically.
I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older now or what, but I feel like Gervonta is a hell of a fighter, but he needs to get his mental together. When I hear some of his interviews and I see some of the stuff that he's saying, I can just tell that he's not in love with the sport no more. I can tell that he didn't get his just due. I mean, it was crazy to hear that he said he got evicted out of a house or something like that. And I was just like, what in the world? And like that type of stuff, when you've been fighting and knocking people out and fighting main events. I mean, he fought four main events here at T-Mobile against some of the best fighters. And it's just like, to see that he got evicted from his home and all this other stuff. Now he got kids and, you know, he's not signed with TMT.
Mayweather.
Promotions,
no, he's on his own.
anymore. Yeah. It's like when I hear him talk, he's like he want to be a nicer guy for his daughters, and he don't want to be
therapy.
I think he would be better, and even a better fighter if he went and did therapy like ASAP. Because I can just tell like he's a little sad, he's a little depressed, even before this fight. You know, so I think it'd be a better fight. I think that Lamont has the mental edge. I think anybody right now would have the mental edge over Tank, because to me he just needs to take some serious time to, like, you know, deal with whatever he's having to deal with. Nobody knows what it is, but I mean, me being a fighter, I have done plenty of camps where I was depressed and where I was going through anxiety. So it's not an easy thing to get over, especially when you don't have the support from certain people that you used to have. You're not motivated and stuff like that, so it can be very, very tough. So I just hope that he gets help.
Has other opponents in mind in case Davis decides not to go to the rematch. He has talked to Shakur Stevenson and stated that he would be open to either Keyshawn Davis or Vasyl Lomachenko if Lomachenko hasn't retired. These possible bouts demonstrate Roach's drive and determination to compete against elite opponents regardless of Davis's choice.
Now, let's say this fight with Tank doesn't happen for some reason, knock on wood for y'all. Who would you want to fight next, and what would be the next contender, whether it be at 135 or at 130?
So if it's at 135, obviously it's going to be a champ. You got Shakur Stevenson, you got Keyshawn Davis, and Lomachenko if he not retired. We already talked to Shakur, and that we like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like he on board. So
he on board. What do you mean?
Like I talked to him like personally, like me and him, and he was like, you know, we can run it. If you know, if he not gonna give you the fight, and even before the fight, he was like, after you win, we can unify. I was like, for sure.
Prior to the planned rematch, rising boxing prodigy Gervonta Davis expressed interest in taking on Lamont Roach. The lightweight division's dynamics are further complicated by his suggestion that the rematch may take place later, expressing his want to face Roach in the meantime.
He fights somebody. It's the same thing that we're saying about Tank, right? Like, he fights somebody that he's going that's a lot lighter than him. He takes that fight and he gets whooped by Bud. That shit just kind of changes the narrative a little bit.
I feel like the only point if I could in the perfect world, if I could have it like how I want to have it, thank God Lamont Roach made a name for 135 division because we needed somebody. Okay. Let's be real. So now we got a new person. Thank God. So now we got Lamont Roach. If I can have it my way, Shakur and Tank, y'all go ahead and fight. Y'all go ahead and do that. Y'all go ahead and do that. Let me fight Lamont.
I like that.
Y'all don't rematch just yet. Cause y'all still gonna have to rematch. Y'all still can rematch.
Yeah.
However it go between me, Lamont, and Shakur and Tank.
Yeah.
However it go, y'all still can rematch.
Word? You ain't lying.
That's the business, man, right there.
And that's two mega fights. That's a mega fight for Gervonta, and that's another big fight for Lamont.
Yeah.
And then Lamont still can go off.
The World Boxing Association, WBA President Gilberto Mendoza, has stated that he is eager to help arrange Davis and Roach's rematch. He underlined how crucial it is to resolve the dispute surrounding the first fight and provide a definitive result. In the rematch, Mendoza's dedication highlights how important this fight is to the boxing community.
Reported that the WBA president Gervonta Mendoza will apparently pursue a rematch between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach after that controversial majority draw decision. That many others, including myself, we were absolutely disgusted about that decision. It feels like that it was an absolute robbery for Lamont Roach, as I do think he deserved to get the W. Especially for Lamont, he deserves that rematch, especially when he proved all the doubters, including myself, that he deserves to be in the ring with Tank Davis. If this doesn't happen for whatever reason, then apparently Shakur Stevenson has offered a chance to Lamont to go for his title, which would be great, to be honest with you. And something should be done about that referee. I mean, that was absolutely disgraceful for what he did over there. And he's the reason why Lamont really didn't get that W, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty sure nothing will happen. Guys, with all of this happening, let me know what you all think.
Go with Tank, because he got that equalizer. It's only a matter of time before he land. But I would say this, shout out to Lamont Roach, man. I like the way he's talking. He's talking like a champion. He ain't showing Tank no respect. See, those my kind of dudes. When dudes got between like this and they rise to the occasion and they don't let the media and their opponent and the politics bully them, they fight back. Like, yo, I don't care what he did to who, he fighting me, and I don't care how many of y'all praise him and worship him, he's going to sleep. And Lamont Roach talking a good game, but he got to fight one. It's a big difference when you talking and on fight night, when you walk out to that arena, and it's a whole different ball game. So if he can deal with the pressure and deal with everything leading up to the fight like a champion, I believe, now mind you, that might not translate to a win, but a star can be born. And if he give Tank a good fight and don't get stopped and give Tank a good fight, a star can be